Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Buckle up, because what I'm about to tell you could really shake things up in the NFL, especially in the NFC North. Rumors are swirling around the league that the Kansas City Chiefs, currently sitting at a somewhat disappointing 5-4 record, might be about to make a blockbuster move that could change the landscape of the division and boost the Packers' Super Bowl chances significantly. And it involves none other than Travis Kelce, the legendary tight end who's been a cornerstone for Kansas City for years. Now, I know what you're thinking. Kelce going to Green Bay. It sounds wild, but the whispers coming from league sources close to the NFL are pointing in that direction, and the implications could be enormous. Let's start by understanding the situation from the Chiefs' perspective. Kansas City, as we all know, is a team that prides itself on its high-powered offense led by Patrick Mahomes, but this season, they're facing some challenges. Their offense, despite all the star power, has struggled to find consistency, especially after allowing 26 points per game through the first 8 weeks. That's not the kind of stat line you want from a team that's supposed to be a Super Bowl contender. And their defense, while improved in some areas, remains vulnerable, allowing 35 sacks so far, which is the third worst in the NFL. So it's clear that the Chiefs are in a bit of a rebuild mode on offense, especially on the offensive line, and they're looking to free up cap space to make some moves. Now the whispers suggest that the Chiefs might be willing to part ways with Kelce, who's still playing at an elite level at age 36. His production this season has been remarkable: 48 receptions, 540 yards, and 3 touchdowns up to November, with a PFF grade of 82.5, ranking him among the top tight ends in the league. His route running, hands, and ability to make clutch plays have made him a matchup nightmare for defenses. Kelce's career numbers are staggering: over 12-0 receiving yards and 85 touchdowns. Yet he remains a focal point for Kansas City's offense, especially in critical situations. His EPA per target of 0.28 in 2025 shows he's still an efficient weapon, even with a recent knee injury that caused him to miss a game earlier this season. Kelce's YAC, yards after catch, of 4.8 per reception, and his share of first reads on routes, 18.2%, highlight just how vital he is to Mahomes' success. But that's where it gets really interesting. The league buzz is that the Chiefs, recognizing their offensive line struggles and tight cap situation, might be looking to maximize their draft picks this year. Rumors suggest they're eyeing future draft capital, possibly trading Kelce for a first-round pick in 2026 and a third-round pick in 2027. This move would give the Chiefs roughly $15 million in cap space, which they could then use to extend key players like Patrick Mahomes and bolster their offensive line. Think about it. Trading a future Hall of Famer like Kelce, who's still playing at a high level, could be a strategic move to rebuild the team's front and set up for long-term success. And of course, the NFL world is already buzzing about potential trade scenarios. ESPN's Adam Schefter has hinted at movement in Kansas City, and Diana Rossini has mentioned the Chiefs as sellers ahead of the trade deadline on November 4th. It's reminiscent of the 2020 trade that sent Rob Gronkowski from New England to Tampa Bay, a move that paid huge dividends, especially in the red zone, where Gronk added a new dimension to Tom Brady's offense. Kelce, with his combination of reliable hands, route precision, and playoff experience, could be a similar catalyst for a team looking to make a deep playoff run. Now, let's shift gears and look at what this could mean for the Green Bay Packers. As we all know, the Packers are sitting at 5-3, with a real shot at contending in the NFC North. They've had some ups and downs this season, but their offense, led by Jordan Love, has been steadily improving. Love has thrown for over 200 yards and 15 touchdowns this season, showing flashes of the elite quarterback the Packers hoped he'd become. Still, one area where they've been somewhat limited is their tight end core, especially with the injury to Kraft, who's been sidelined with a knee injury and is out for the season. That's where Kelce could come in, folks. Imagine him lining up in Green Bay's offense. His presence would create mismatches in the red zone, giving Jordan Love a reliable target who can win contested catches and make big plays when it counts most. From a strategic standpoint, Kels would provide an instant upgrade to the Packers' passing game. His ability to stretch defenses and win in tight spots would open up more space for the run game, featuring Josh Jacobs, who's amassed over 780 yards this season with a solid 4.6 yards per carry. His addition could elevate the unit's overall efficiency, pushing the team's EPA, expected points added, per play from around plus 0.18 to an estimated plus 0.32, numbers that translate into more points and more wins. And let's not forget, with an improved offensive line that's allowed 25 sacks so far, Kels's presence would help stabilize the offense, giving Love a trusted target who can make plays under pressure. Defensively, the Packers are already solid, with 20 sacks this season, and adding Kels's red zone prowess could further amplify their play-action game, making them even more dangerous against opponents. His ability to draw coverage and create space in the middle of the field would allow the Packers to execute more play-action passes effectively, setting up big gains and extending drives. This kind of upgrade could be the difference between a good team and a true NFC contender, especially in a division that's become increasingly competitive. The Vikings and Lions are no pushover, and having a player like Kels could give Green Bay that extra edge needed to secure the division title. Now, if we're talking about the Super Bowl odds, this move could cause a significant jump. Currently, the Packers are listed at around plus 900 odds to win Super Bowl LXI, but with Kels in the fold, those odds could improve to plus 500 or even better. He's the kind of X factor that elevates a team's chances in the playoffs, especially in cold weather games and under playoff pressure. Kels's experience and clutch gene are well known, and his ability to neutralize linebackers, allowing him to catch passes over the middle with a yardage average of around 0. 62 yards per cover snap allowed would make him a nightmare for defenses. Think about how Gronkowski transformed the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2020. Kels could be that same catalyst for Green Bay, guiding them through the playoffs and potentially all the way to the Super Bowl. Of course, this kind of trade is not without its risks. The Chiefs would be giving up a key piece of their offense, and Kels's contract runs through 2027, so they'd be betting on their ability to rebuild around younger players and draft picks. But for the Packers, acquiring Kels would be a game changer, instantly elevating their offense and giving them a legitimate shot at a deep postseason run. It's a move that could redefine the NFC landscape, much like some of the historic trades that shaped the league's history. In the end, folks, this potential Kels trade to the Packers is more than just a rumor. It's a glimpse into how strategic moves can alter the course of a franchise. It's about seizing opportunities, making bold decisions, and building a team that's ready to compete at the highest level. Green Bay has a rich history of making smart moves that pay off, and if this trade materializes, it could be the start of a new chapter, one filled with hope, excitement, and a real shot at that coveted Lombardi trophy once again. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So what do you think, Packers fans? Is this the move that puts us over the top? Do you believe Kels could be the missing piece to finally bring another Super Bowl to Lambeau Field? We want to hear your thoughts. Drop your comments below and tell us how you see this unfolding. Remember, this is just the beginning. I'll be back soon with more updates, rumors, and analysis on everything Green Bay Packers. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and as always, Go Pack Go.